Okay guys, so welcome to the first meta deck guide. So we're going to do Cathy today. It's going to be the first one we work on. I'm going to aim to try and get every single deck covered within a certain patch period. So we'll cover all the meta decks with these guides, and I'll try and get one out every week or so, and then we'll cover them all. So we're going to do Cathy today. Let's run you through the units to start with. Okay, so on the zero cost, we've got Bloodhound Transports. These are ridiculous, and they pair them nicely with the Crimson Fleet Machinists. Okay, so play this on one, you get a free Bloodhound Transport, and then you can play that together with it. And it's great into your Sippy matchups, and it just gets you a nice wide board early on. Free Mercenary Gunslingers, free Bannermans, free Trigger Happy Troopers, and that covers all of your one drops there. Alright, and in terms of low cost removal, we run free No Snitchings, which are going to be great for your Nehemiah matchups, mirror matches. It's great to Sippy as well. You can no snitch sort of subjugates, Bannermans, things like that. So we'll go through some plays and stuff in a minute. I've got a slide to show you guys. But if you can't sort of set up your Bloodhound Transport and your Crimson Fleet Machinist, another good turn one play is your Bannerman into no snitching, and it gives you a nice 2-3 unit on turn one. So we've got two PS8 launchers as well. Some people run free. I don't think it's needed with the no snitchings. So that's why I'm only running two here. And some matchups are just not great at all. So like into your Nehemiahs and stuff like that, the PS8s don't do an awful lot. Doesn't even do an awful lot into Organ Core either, really. Then there's not many sort of 2 health units that get played. And then we're going to be running one Lord Hearth. That's our only 2 drop in the list. 2 Saboteurs, primarily for the Sippy matchups, but they're also great into Nehemiah. They can clear out the altars. And then we're running 3 Rummaging Researchers for our card draw. Okay, so obviously, again, I'll go through some of these plays a little bit later on a different slide, but these are great out of your Triumphs, which we're running 3 of. Okay, they're also great if you're going first to keep in hand and you can play them on 3. They're quite slow, but you do tend to run out of cards pretty quickly. If you're playing sort of 1 into 1+1, you need something to play on for your draws and cards. That's why they're there. I'm running 2 Master Poisoners in this list. They pair so well with the Bloodhound Transports. And because you're going to be going wide, like quicker than even Sippy can a lot of the times, the Master Poisoners come in really, really handy. I've toyed around with sort of dropping this down to just 1 and maybe running a Solitary Confinement for your brand matchups, but I think the Poisoner gets it done just as well, to be honest. We're running 1 Astal's Glaive in here as well, again for your sort of aggro, your mirror matches and into the Sippy matchup. The only downside to running Glaive is obviously it muddles up your draw from the Crimson Fleet Machinist. So that's why I'm only running that 1 vehicle. I know a lot of people used to run Victory as well, and we used to run VRABs too. But you're going to have a high chance of getting the Bloodhound Transport, with your Crimson Fleet Machinist straight away. If you're unlucky, yeah, you might pull a Glaive, but I don't even think that's too bad if you pull a Glaive, to be honest, getting that down nice and early anyway. Running 1 for card draw, it's great, obviously you can find lethal with it, buffing up another unit, it makes your trades a lot cleaner. And then we're also running Memento of the Fallen. I actually cut this from my Sippy list, but I think in Cathy it's insane because you can pair it again with your Bloodhound Transports and you can start passing life around really quickly. And you'll find in Cathy a lot of times you're going to be a lot of small units, just 2/2s, 1/2s. The only real units you tend to get buffed up a lot is obviously the Bannerman. So the Memento is great for those smaller units. In terms of burn, some people run burn, some people don't. I've found in this meta at the moment, I've been needing it. So we're running 1 Determined Assault, and then we're also running an Expertise as well. It just gives you a little bit of reach when you start running out of sort of steam. Cathy's very front loaded in its damage. It goes quick. Once you start losing board, it's quite hard to sort of pull it back. So the burn just helps you clear it up in the end game. Artillery Volley, it's one of our board clears. Okay, now that pairs really, really well with Wong. It pairs really, really well with Catherine herself. So this is an insane card. And then the other form of board clear we've got is Senjalon. Obviously, split card, so you can either play it unit side or play it spell side. I'll be honest, it's probably a 50-50 split in terms of how I play it. Sometimes it's needed for the AoE, and sometimes it's just nice, again, as like the last bit of reach towards the end game to finish off a Shroud or even Organ or just some of these slower decks. Like I said earlier, 3 Mars again, and they're insane, absolutely insane in this deck. Pairing these with the Rummaging Researchers, if you manage to pull them, is really, really good. And it's you'll find you go 1 into 1+1 into a Rallying Cry, and then you play your Cathy, and then you need a Triumphant Mars or a Wong then on your 5 to sort of refill your hand. Something I didn't mention actually in this list is I've cut the Rallying Cries down to 2 off, okay? Some people still run 3, which I think is fine because they do thin your deck, and obviously it gives you a higher chance of reaching your triumphs. But if I'm honest with you, unless you're running a lot of 2 drops, so I know some people run second wave soldiers, Alvaros, which you don't see as much anymore, but some people do run them. I think then, yeah, I would say 3 is probably a better call. But in a list like this where we're running Rummaging Researchers and we've only running the only 2 drop we're running is Lord Hearth, the Rallying Cries aren't that strong. The only reason I've got them in here, to be honest, I would have cut them completely, but like I said, the only reason they're in here is just to thin your deck so that you have a higher chance of getting some of your better cards like the Wongs and Triumphs. Um, that's all the cards in the list. I don't think there's anything I missed there. So this is just a general rundown of what we've got on the list. You can be flexible with this. Like I say, some people run 3 PS8s, some people run 3 Cries. Some people still run, obviously, Logistics Mastery, which I don't run in this list, but you could quite easily add that in because we are running the 3 Gunslinger, so it's probably not a bad shout to do that. If you're going to do that, I would maybe cut a Determined Assault, and you could just fit in a Logistics Mastery. Okay, so yeah, that's the list, and I'm going to run you through some plays you can make with a deck. Right, so I gave you a rundown of the deck. Let's go through some basic sort of Mulligan and your sort of plays in the early towards mid game. Okay, so Mulligan wise, this is going to be very, very basic what I show you here, and it's obviously completely contextual depending on what deck you're going against. But in general, with Cathy, you're looking for your 1 into 1+1 into a Cry or a Researcher. So that is your ideal hand. That's sort of on the play and on the draw. It's both exactly the same. Okay. Now, on the play, ideally, you want to be looking for your Crimson Fleet Machinist into your Bloodhound Transport. Now, that's your best turn 1 play. And then turn 2, you would be looking for a Trigger Happy Trooper into a Bannerman, where it gives you 2 nice buffed units. And then you play your Rallying Cry after that. On the draw, it changes up a little bit, and this is going to change all depending on matchup. So I'll run through that quickly afterwards, right? But on the draw, I think going first, you want to be looking for your Bannerman into Snitch to get your 2-3 unit, because that's going to allow you to trade off with the first unit they've played, or potentially buff it again the next turn, and you can trade off with their sort of unit they play on turn 2. So Crimson Fleet Machinist into Bloodhound Transport is still a really good play, even on the draw if you want to go that route. Okay. Now matchup specific, I think on the play, things don't change very much. The only things I would say do change is against Nehemiah, on the play and on the draw, you need to have no snitchings. Okay, so if you don't, and then they play their steward on turn 1, things just get out of hand, and you're gonna be so far behind because they can just start ramping into their free cost units like the caretakers and the Rummaging Researchers. Against Shroud, you want to be looking for again no snitchings, because if they play their steward on turn 1 and you can't no snitch it, chances are they can life siphon one of your 1/2s that you've played, and then you're going to be in a lot of trouble then. Slingers also aren't bad against Shroud, because mainly if you're going second here, because if they play their embedded agent on 1, you can just slinger it yourself on turn 1 as well. All right. Against Sippy, it changes. Okay. Now I like keeping a slinger against Sippy, because if they play their 2/1 unit, it kills it off. And I also like to keep a PS8. Not so much on the play, but if I'm on the draw, I want to hold a PS8 as well, because if they're lucky enough to get a striker on turn 1, you can normally PS8 that turn 1, then turn 2 you can go ahead and start playing your 1+1 and maybe a snitching on top of that for a standard bearer. All right. Organ Core, you just want to be playing units. So you want to play your 1 into 1+1, and you want to start buffing up the Bannerman as soon as possible, because you know they're going to be playing down their Workshop Engineer on sort of turn 3. So you need to have a big enough unit that can trade into it, or at least have a no snitching to deal with that. So strong plays in the early to mid game. Alright, so like I just said, turn 1, Crimson Fleet Machine is into Bloodhound Transport. That's like your main combo there. And also your Bannerman is a no snitching. Turn 2, you want your 1+1, or you want a Bannerman and a PS8. Or, depending on some matchups here, so against Brand, or even Neve, to be quite honest with you, playing Hearth on turn 2 is really, really good. And more so into Brand, because it stops them from going coin, play the Paragon. Alright, so Hearth can be a very good play on turn 2 if you've already established, board control on turn 1. I don't like Hearth so much on the draw, but on the play, Hearth on 2 can completely kill some decks. Turn 3, like I said, you want your Rallying Cries, you want your Rummaging Researcher, or if you have got your Hearth on board from turn 2, you can then play your Bannerman into a Rallying Cry if you're lucky enough to set that up. We'll cover turn 4 as well. So turn 4 with Cathy, you're likely to probably just play your Paragon a lot of the times. But another really nice play is because we're running Astal's Glaive in this deck. If you've got a Bloodhound Transport in hand, you can play Bloodhound Transport into Astal's Glaive and you can buff it up to a 4/7, I believe it is. Or you can even play Cathy into Bloodhound Transport or Bloodhound Transport into Cathy, vice versa. After that, you're probably going to have an empty hand. So you're just praying for a Triumph or a Wong then on your turn 5. Okay. And that kind of covers all of the main combos for your early game. It's going to change it, a lot between different matchups. We've got some gameplay footage from a stream I done a couple of days ago, which I'll show you. And you can see how my mulligan decision changes dependent on the matchup. So we played Zarathustra, and he was playing Nehemiah. It was a crazy game, and I managed to get a top deck lethal with Catherine's expertise. And then we also played Meat Value, who's a really good player, sort of just coming through brand new to Parallel. I think he was, Axie Pro, I believe, and he was playing Brand. I think that's all I see him playing on ladder. So you'll see again my mulligan decisions and how I play that matchup slightly different. And once again, we got the top deck lethal to Catherine's expertise. So I think having the burn in your Cathy list is almost essential at the moment in this meta. So yeah, let's jump into the gameplay. I've not actually played this guy yet, but I heard he's a Axie Pro, or an old Axie Pro. He done well in the tournament, just gone as well.
At your service.
Okay.
One chance, submit or perish.
Saboteur might not be a bad keep in case he goes Relic turn 1, turn 2. But I think one drops Snitching's really nice. So Bannerman's what we really want here. Let's go like this because if he plays Embedded Agent here on 1, I might just slinger it. Okay. In that case, we can think this now.
The fleet shall triumph.
Oh, really? It's not what you want to see. What we really needed a mulligan for there actually was the Hearth, because we could have blocked the coin Brand. Can't believe that, man. 1 in 4 and we drew the Astals. I really wanted that down. Okay. DA deals with it, but we don't need to do it this turn.
The fleet shall triumph.
Annoyingly, I want to keep one of these as well for the poisoners to use for the Brand. And I kind of want the DA. Well, I'm going to have to play DA next turn. I haven't got anything on free at the moment. This is always going to be the play on 4, I think, because he's going to get to brand first, right? So I think here we have to just bank the Astals. I'm just going to go super wide. We'll probably just end up DA in this.
Get off my ship.
Okay, cry. So if he doesn't like coin brand here, I want to cry because I might be able to hit Hearth. If I can Hearth, then I'll definitely be able to block a coin brand the following turn. Okay. Maybe like Rummaging Researcher. Okay. Oh, this is nice. But we did want to keep this back for this. It's just Rummaging Researcher here. Bank this. That's it. The problem is how much actually survives if I do this. Because we need to be able to poison a brand the following turn. Okay. Well, we're gonna do it anyway.
Battle calls, as always.
I'm just giving the 0 cost here.
We must move onward.
I'm gonna snitch this. Yeah, we're gonna snitch this. I think the rest I'm just gonna send face.
Get off my ship. Get off my ship.
I don't know whether Rallying Cry was better there, because we would have still had 2 units anyway. But the problem is, they would have been low. They would have been low health, right? But if I hit 2 Bannermans, only one would have been buffed out of range of getting out of this, and the other one would have been 2 HP. At least this way they went up to 2/5, drew a card.
Get off my ship. Get off my ship.
Bitcoin brand here, I reckon. No, Malia, okay. That's good for us. Okay, nice.
Awakening has begun.
Bump, bump, bump.
Battle calls.
Oh, I messed up. I didn't get my draw. Oops. Misplay.
I will
Stand proud, Markolians.
I mean, we know that he runs researchers anyway, right? So maybe he ends up giving us a draw off of it. That was a huge misplay.
The Great One commands it.
Yep. So we have the poisoner. So we can silence here. Silence here for that trade. We have to poisoner here and take the double trade. But we're in a bad spot, I'm not gonna lie. It's not the spot you want to be in against a brand. Yo, just how's it going, mate? Yeah, welcome in. We're getting destroyed there by a brand.
Battle calls.
Yeah.
As always.
Brand's so strong, man. Against Cathy anyway, I think. Unless you get a really good start, you can get wide, but he had like double void trappers, life siphons. He had a really good hand. If he erasures this now, I'm in big trouble. I mean, I can go. Have I got any more? Got two there. Did I bank one? No, I haven't banked one, so I've got one more left, so I can bump in after.
Battle calls.
Yeah.
As always.
This stat line, I need to nerf this. Yeah, I went really wide, but he had like so many low cost units I couldn't. He matched how wide I went pretty much. And they've actually fixed brand now, so if like you trade into it with a poisoner, he now gets 2 tokens, not 1, where he was getting 1 before. And there's the hearth, way too late. I mean, technically I could hearth here. Bank this. Play this. So I can just bump in with a poisoner. But then I'm only left with a 1-3 rather than I could have a 1-3 and a 1-2. So I think we bank hearth here, unfortunately.
The fleet shall triumph.
Bump here. And play our triumph. Well, I mean, I need card draw, so I'm gonna have to do it, right? There's not a lot I can do about this.
We must move onward.
Battle calls, as always.
He's gonna draw a card here. But snitching way too late. And then I may as well just go all out here.
There you are.
Got siphon, he's got siphon, there's not much I can do about it.
Just a touch.
Okay. I mean, to be fair, I could probably concede this one. Like, we're way too far behind now. I banked one determined assault and I'm only running one expertise, so I've only got 4 damage I can push with expertise. And at this point I can't even get Cathy Connect Face because none of my units are really big enough to clear these 2 researchers. Honestly wondering whether I should include a solitary confinement into this list. Maybe cut 1 poisoner and put in a solitary confinement.
Experience triumphs.
Coin demon.
Experience triumphs.
Okay. I'm quite surprised he demoed that, if I'm honest, because he could have easily just traded a lot of that off and saved the demo for a better turn, but... The reason I've done it this way as well, if anyone's wondering, is obviously I want to keep this out of range of Life Siphon, so now we'd have to erasure both. Could do with, I don't actually know, I got Wong actually, Wong would be nice here. Wong or even another Triumph, because likelihood is I'm going to have to probably volley this, maybe next turn. Okay, another erasure maybe? Could go Unseen Allies here, couldn't he? And I don't think he's got any tokens left, no, so... I have no idea how I'm going to do 19 damage to him though. It's going to take some sort of miracle. I'm going to need Wong here, and I'm going to have to buff the trigger happy. Is this Salvation, maybe? Yeah.
Awaits
Okay.
you.
Open fire!
There's the Wong. Right, see what we get.
Open for business.
Indie, Cry, Knife. Could take the PS8 actually. No, we'll go like this. I'm just gonna go wide now, I think. And Wong buffs himself, of course he does. We can go free again on this. At this point, I'm gonna go face now. So if he's got belt, he can clear out 2 of these, and he's probably got another erasure for the Wong, right? I would have loved for Wong to buff this. I do want to try Perp's Cathy list, actually. I'm not running Logistics Mastery in this list. Okay, belt. There goes bump, bump, ratio here, bumps in here, I'm guessing. Yep, and then he can bump here.
It need not come to
Okay.
this.
Leaves a not player unit here, so I can just swing. Okay, that's good. Okay. Right. I don't think I need volley here, right? I'm on 9 mana, so I think I bank the volley. I push 5 to faces on 8, and I've got an expertise left in deck. So I could go here. The problem is if he siphons. I think I'm just going to push 4, and I'm going to buff this.
Stand proud, Marcolians.
And we'll go like that. Okay. We're nearly there. If he has another demo, I'm in a bit of trouble. Which he likely is going to have, right? He's only got 13 cards left in decks. If he demos here, I'm... Okay.
Business.
If both of these swing face, I win. I'm going to assume he has an erasure for 1. I just need to have 1 swing face, by the way. As long as one of them swings face, I'm good. Because I can Slinger, buff that to 4, that's 5, and that'll put him down to 4 HP, and then expertise finishes him off.
A vigil eternal.
Okay. I still should be able to get lethal here, right? I don't think he can kill this turn. He's already used Malia, so he's got no way of healing.
The fleet shall triumph.
Yeah, we should be able to have lethal here. There we go. GG. Boy, that was a close one. I actually don't know how we managed that, but we got there. Okay, Zara.
Greetings from Mars.
Zara's Diamond 1? What? He obviously hasn't been grinding much on ladder. Oh, okay. I've probably got to change that, what, in the settings, right? Settings and privacy? I'll try and change that in a second for you, Duelist. You on Discord, Duelist? You must have Discord, right? Okay, we go first. So, Bannerman Snitch is really nice. Need some 1-drops. Or a Memento. Okay, nice. This is like perfect hand. What do we do here? What do we do here? Yeah, actually, I'll do that. I'll shoot you a DM on Twitter. Right, so I'm gonna have two of these and a Glavin deck. If I play this and I don't draw another one of these, I'm gonna get punished really hard. I might have to bank the Researcher here. Because I can make a big Bannerman next turn.
The fleet shall triumph.
Do that now, Duelist, to shoot you a message. I wasn't even following you. I can't believe I wasn't following you. Right, there you go, mate. We are going to be so broke. We need a turn 3 play. Okay, that's nice. But I think I need to just bank the glaive here. And we're just going to make a really big Bannerman. And just hope and pray we draw a turn 3 play. Right. We just have to pray to the gods here.
Stand proud, Marcolians.
Get off my ship.
Now, I'm going to bump this because if he plays a conduit here, I can trade, then double trade into the... Oh. We hit the nuts, boys. We hit the absolute nuts. So we can't Spores us this turn either, which is insane. I want him to play a conduit here because I can put this on here, bump it in, and then we can start pushing. And then if he does spores me the following turn, okay, he's got fungi. So do you reckon he bumps here to set up a spores maybe? No, okay. So if I put this here, I can't pass anything anyway, right? So I think we just put it on the bannerman. We just clear this out now.
Protect the banner!
Still, both of these still survive the spores. And we've got Cindy next turn. Cathy, sorry. So I don't know whether he runs Cleanse the Earth, but Cleanse the Earth would kind of kill me here, although we can still play Cathy. So we can coin Nehemiah too, but we don't mind that either. So I can keep passing the memento. Ideally, I wouldn't have wanted memento on this, but I had to clear out that unit. Otherwise, you would have kept taking these value trades. Okay, that's fine. We can just go Cathy now.
Protect the banner!
So there's no point positioning Cathy in the middle here, because both of these are going to die anyway right next turn. Drawing this burn spell is a bit annoying here, because it's probably going to be the only way I'm going to be able to finish him off in the late game. Oh, okay, yeah, well played. So bump, bump. Actually, you can just do two, right? Bump into here, and then everything dies. Actually, no, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Well, it will if he swings everything into here. Yeah. But he is broke now, and I can triumph. Also, I don't understand as well why Memento doesn't come back to hand when this dies. It should do. Right, I need something good here. That's not what you want to see. There's no point using this yet. So you can probably just set up Relic now. I'd love a Bannerman here. Is there anything better than Bannerman to be drawing here? I don't want to see Wong, is what I really don't want to see. Honestly, I wouldn't even mind seeing a Saboteur if he does play Relic here, because I can Saboteur, bank the Snitch and play Saboteur, Slinger, and then Triumph. It's annoying that I had to bank my Syndra on as well.
I am called upon.
So what this tells me is he's trying to set up Terramech, right? So we're not going to let him do that. Trying to set up Defender on Terramech here. So I'm not going to give him the free Defender. Right, we need to hit something big here. I haven't banked any Triumphs. Another Triumph would be nice. A Researcher would be quite good. Yeah, nice. I think we hold off on the Cry because I don't want to play into another Spores.
Battle calls, as always.
So I think we hold this in case we get a Poisoner, because I can then get a unit with it. So do we think he has another Spores here? That's the question. Because anything I play from this is going to be within range of Spore. I think we hold on it, right?
We must move
Yeah,
onward.
I'm going to hold off on Spores. Just in case he has it. So he might just Nehemiah here, unless he's got like Terramech coined another conduit. In which case I don't have an out unless I draw Poisoner here. You could also just Glider and try and get a Terramech, to be fair. We know we've still got one expertise left at the bottom of the deck, so we've got 4 damage we can push the face. He's running Slingers. Okay.
I am called upon.
Stand proud, Markolians.
The fleet shall triumph.
Right, so what we need to do here is this is obviously getting banked. And I'm gonna have to snitch, so I'm gonna have to clear this Defender, which is gonna be really, really ugly. But he's clearly trying to set up a defender on a Terra mech, right?
Witness Crimea.
But unless we draw Poisoner this next turn, we've lost anyway, to be honest. So this is going to have to get snitched. Okay. Wong would be good as well. Still won't help that much, but it's something. It might just be another Spores turn for him. Maybe develop like... Okay, another defender.
Interesting.
So yeah, this could be a Spores turn because then I have to trade and that gets defender. Losing that momentum was really rough. Poisoner or bust here, pretty much. In fact, now even Poisoner doesn't save us. And then Slingers, eh? Slingers in Nehemiah. Okay, this might help. Maybe.
Open for business.
I drew really well this game as well, and I'm still like struggling. We have volleyed a Wong here.
Closing time. Get off my ship.
Right, we're slowly pushing face damage. If he plays Terramech this next turn, I've got the answer in hand. So I just need to keep pushing him a little bit more. I need to get him down to 4 HP for lethal. Obviously, if he has Terramech and the altar here, I'm completely toast, to be honest. I didn't want to draw both the poisoners here either. So we've got one more Triumph left in the deck. So hopefully we draw it here and then I can just blank one of these poisoners. Play a poisoner and Triumph.
Your shield has arrived.
Okay. Right, he's got 2 cards left in his deck. So we go here, and I have to bank this other poisoner.
Quiet and effective.
If he has a snitching, I am completely screwed, but he did just use it on the Bannerman. So we're going to trade with both of these here.
Open fire!
Get off my ship.
Formidable's bad as well. Formidable fully clears my board, right?
Protect the banner!
We're 3 HP off finding lethal. I don't want to see a formidable here. If I can dodge a formidable for this turn, I think we win. I want to say he doesn't have it, but Zara's been taking his time with all of these turns, so he might just have it and he just, yeah, I don't know. If I can just get one of these connect to face, we're probably going to find the lethal. I think my next card is likely to be a Triumph. I played 2 and we got 1 left in deck. You know, every time I play Cathy, I wish I had more burn in my deck. Okay, spores. Do you have another slinger? You can sling her in here or here.
Battle calls, as always.
Another defender, maybe? You might have conduit, essentially. What's this he just drew?
Your shield has arrived.
You're joking me. I can't believe he drew that. Ooh, hold up. I can't know because he's going to draw a card. But I need to draw more than he does, to be honest. Or do I, actually? This is risky. I don't know if I should be doing this. But if I draw Triumph here, it's worth it. I don't draw Triumph.
Open fire!
Okay, so how we're going to do this, I'm going to swing with this one because that's 4 damage. So the free one's going to go into face here. The poisoner's going to go into here.
Protect the banner!
Right. Okay. How many slingers do I have left in the deck? I've used 3, so I can't do... I've got no more transports either. I had the bank one. Got no Cindy.
I am called upon.
I'm going to be 1 damage short here, lads. Oh, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I need to draw Triumph and I win. Because I swing with this, it's going to do 1 damage and I get my lethal with expertise. Come on. Triumph now. Yeah, good. We win. Right?
Witness, Pride Mia.
If there's any low cost units here, this should allow me to get to it, right? Right, I need to hit expertise here. Hopefully expertise isn't the last one in the deck. There we go, nice. Oh, these games are way too close for comfort, lads. Okay, guys, so there you go. That is your current meta Cathy guide. I hope you enjoyed that. I say they're really, really close games. I'll do my best to explain everything I can to you for the deck. And you know what? It's something I'm really enjoying, sort of going back and watching these videos again and again, sort of creating these guides. Is that I noticed a couple of misplays that I made in those games as well, and I'm sure a couple of you might have spotted it as well. So I think in the brand match, I forgot to bank before playing Rummaging Researcher, so I missed out on a draw, and that nearly punished me as well. And then in the Nehemiah match, I gave him a draw, which I didn't need to because I could have traded in the Poisoner and I think it was the Bannerman before playing my own Rummaging Researcher. So yeah, I'm still learning as well, and coming back through these videos and rewatching them, it's helping my own gameplay. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the guide, guys. If you've got any comments or got any questions about the deck, drop them in the comment section below, or feel free to DM me on Discord if you want any help with your Cathy list. And yeah, I'll see you on the next one.